everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is Anna. First of all, before I show you the mini album, because I did finally finish it, I wanted to show you a key ring that I made for my handbag, and I just thought it turned out so adorable. This is that Alina Cuddle, I think she's now called, key ring die. So I cut it out of the faux leather, and all I did was put some bling around the edge, and then I made the center, just put some black paper and then a scallop circle and then one of the ephemera pieces or the chipboard pieces, and then I did the same for this side. And then instead of a key ring, I used a binder clip, and then I made a dangle for it. So it's got a tassel, it's got a flower, it's got this cute little piece right here I had gotten from one of you guys, and then I put my Paris Eiffel Tower on there, that's in pink. And then I made a couple of dangles, one with the crystals and one with, these are Frank Garcia actually, and then another flower tassel. So I just thought it complemented the handbag that I made. I thought it complemented it really, really well. So that is going into my handbag. For the mini album, I covered it with you guys. And then I wanted to see a lot of the faux leather, so I didn't put a mat on the front. I just fussy cut some pieces from the collection, and I stuck them on there. And this I made into a little shaker. That is the little mirror. It was in one of the cut aparts, I believe, and I fussy cut it and I made a shaker out of it. On the inside, I glued some stars that I fussy cut, and then this star I had in my stash, and I wasn't gonna put it on there, but I made the shaker and I put some glossy accents around the light bulbs, and so they could, you know, shine. And then I went to glue it on the cover, and I used hot glue, and the back paper is matte silver cardstock. And when I went to put it on, it kind of, I don't know if it melted it or just separated it from the paper, but you can see that little wrinkle right there. The one on the other side was worse, so I thought, oh, great. So then I found I still had another star left over. I glued one of the fussy cut stars on there and glued it over that part that melted. So overall, it doesn't look too bad, but I was not happy about that. So I made that shaker mix. I used pinks and golds and blacks. And the black, the only thing I had were the X's and O's, and I thought that looked good. So that is the little shaker I made for the top. Then I fussy cut the jacket, and the jacket also has glossy accents along with this star. The shoes have stickles on them, but then on top of the stickles, I had added some glossy accents because I didn't want the glitter to start coming off. And then this one is a Maggie Holmes trim someone had sent me, and I used that throughout the book because it was perfect. And then this frame right here, I cut it out with a die that I have, and it's a bunch of little circles, and I thought it went pretty well. And then this swirl right here, this flourish, is one that I had gotten from ASC Supplies with my design team package. And then the lipstick I fussy cut, and it has got glossy accents on the top. And on the bottom, I just used the Self-Confidence is the best outfit ever, and that comes from the chipboard sheet. And then again, this cluster of flowers right here, I fussy cut. So that is the front. I just love the way it turned out. And this is the back. And again, I just used some bling on the sides, a trim in the center, and I want to say that one's Blue Fern. And then this again is from the chipboard. And then on the back, it says, "Be the girl who decided to go for it." And I used one of the big stars. Now, I didn't want to do too much to the back because, you know, when people put it down, I still want it to be flat. So on the inside, open it up. This is the first page. And of course, you guys saw me make this reverse waterfall, as Rosa calls it. I did decorate it just a little bit, and I used one of the sheets for the front. And the reason I matted this, and I normally don't, was because I don't want this covered up, and that way we can tuck a picture up in there. And then you push it up, and then you pull it down. I just thought that was a cute little feature. And then on this side again, I want the speakers, you know, the speaker. I just put some bling on there, another chipboard piece, a little bling here and there, and you're gonna see that throughout the album. And then a bow with one of these resin hearts, and this one is layered twice. And as you can see, I didn't like that I could see the glue marks. Of course, it's going to be covered with a picture, but I didn't like that I could see the glue marks through this. So I think this is the only page I used the mirrored cardstock in. And then flip it over. I did put a pocket here, and in the pocket I used some of the cut aparts because these are so pretty, and they have a frame in the back already, so they are good to go. I was gonna mat them, but I didn't because I thought, oh my gosh, those frames are so pretty. So I didn't put a mat on the back, and these again are from the cut apart. And then I did make this for separate pictures, you know, bigger pictures, and you might want to put in here. So this is for more photos because I didn't. And then here's my bling pieces. And then this is from the chipboard, some more bling. And I did use the gold mirrored cardstock for the center of the album, the gussets. So that is another place I used those, the mirrored cardstock. And then on this side, this is what these cards are from this cut apart. And I wanted to use all my, I still have paper left over, but I didn't want to leave anything behind. So I used that with another piece of scrap, and I made this page. Now, I don't mind putting a picture here and covering it up because I still have these images in the cards. And there's another, you know, the other pocket has more cards. So that's the next page, and flip it over. And here's another wooden star with another paper star on the center. I used 2 mats this time for this page. And I did use the gold glitter paper. These are actually strips that I was gonna throw away, and I just stuck them on there. Some more of the bows. This one has the heart, and here's the little makeup bag with the makeup. And then here's another heart, or another star. And then this is up on dimension, just so it'll, you know, it just gave it an extra pop. This page was already pretty dark, so I felt like it needed more color or something brighter in there. So I went ahead and I did use this again. So there you go. And so I went ahead and used the brighter gold on this page. And then this page is the one that flips open. And this one doesn't have anything on there other than the couple of stars on each corner. And this one does have a magnet. And then I flip it over, and this page has the stars on both sides, the beautiful images. These are the chipboard pieces. And then this page is the one that opens up again. Put a star in this corner, a bow on this one, and that was it. You know, can't put too much on there or in there because it does have the magnet. And then flipping it over, this page again has the stars. This circle right here is part of the chipboard sheet with a bow and a heart. And then this is up on dimension. This was actually going to go in the front, and it never made it onto the front cover. So this is on dimension. This is the other pocket. And here are some more of those cut aparts that I just think this is a great place for them. And this is Glam Rock's Glitter Sparkle Shine. And then here is another folder for the pictures. So, I mean, even though it doesn't have that inside pocket, it's got plenty of space for photographs. So I'm happy with that. And then again, this one I fussy cut. It is the makeup bag, and then it's got her jacket hanging up next to the mirror. And then this one is the other reverse waterfall. So push up, pull down, and then it's got another mat there, and then the stars along the sides right here. So overall, guys, I think it turned out really nice. I just, I think I can safely say this paper pad is one of my favorites that I've ever gotten in a design team package. I love it. So I still have paper left over, and I thought, well, what am I going to make next? Because I want to use it all up. And I made something to go with the mini album. So I made a box to put the mini album into. So the mini album goes into the box this way, and it's got its own parking space. So yeah, I used chipboard for the box itself because I want it to be nice and strong, and I papered it with, the flower, one of the flower papers. And then on the outside, I chose the sheet that has, it might be some kind of metal work with the rivets on there. And I used, again, for this one, I did use the mirrored cardstock as the first mat because we weren't going to see all those glue marks. And then I used a couple of the stars. The stars have some glossy accents on there. And the makeup brush holder, and the brushes have stickles on the ends. This one's another piece from the chipboard. And it does have glossy accents on the letters. And then, of course, I used the star trim all the way around. And then this is another flourish. And then this is a bow that I made with the faux leather. And I put a couple of chipboard pieces on the end. There we go. And then nothing on the back. So, and then I put feet on the bottom. And I did use E6000. So when we put the album in there, if I flip it over, I can still see the star. And doesn't that complement this paper really well? Oh my gosh, I love it. Thank you. I don't remember who sent it to me, but thank you. And then, yeah, and that's what it looks like from the front. There we go. I love how it turned out. I'm glad I didn't put a closure on there. I really am. All right, guys. So let me show you how I made this mini album. I won't show you the box because it's a basic box, and just cover it up, put feet on it, and you are good to go on the box, on the album holder. In the last video, I covered the album with you guys. And in this one, I'm going to do the pages. So it is a 3-inch spine. I'm going to put 5 pages in here. And the pages are very simple. They are 6 by 5 1/4. And on the 6-inch side, just score 1/2 inch. And they are going to go in there, one right behind the other. I didn't want pockets in these little, in the pages. So I decided to make them this way. So I'm just going to glue. It does have double-sided tape, but I am still going to glue these pages down, one right after the other. So this is the first one that's going to go down. I am going to make sure that It doesn't go past my fold, or my mini album folds. And they are going to be 1/2 inch apart. So every 1/2 inch there will be a page. And I did cut them the size of the inside cover. So I am going to continue to glue them this way right here. And I am lining them up with the inside cover, okay? My pages are in. I love that they lay flat this way. So for the front and back covers, I saw Rosa Kelly. She made I think she called it a backwards waterfall. So I worked out the dimensions to fit my size mini album. She put hers in a folio. So this will go in here this way, and I have to hold it from the bottom. So instead of pulling down, you push up that way, and your waterfall goes up instead of down. Okay, so you push up and then you pull down to close it. So I thought that was really cute. So I have made one for the back, and I'm going to put this one right here. And like I said, I am going to make a small pull for it, so I can push up and pull down. So it's easier that way. So let me show you how she made that. For the back piece, this is a 7.5 by 4.5 piece of cardstock. My waterfall pieces are 4 by 4.5. And then my strip is 10 by 1/2 inch long. So we're gonna have to score some of these. On the strip, I scored at 4 5/8, 4 5/8, which is right before the, I'm sorry, right after the 1/2 inch. Okay, so I scored it 4 5/8 and 9 1/4. Okay, so that's all we have to do for that one. We don't have to do anything for the 4 by 4.5s, but the 7.5 by 4.5, on the 7.5 inch side, we're going to score 1/2 inch starting at the 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 1.5, and 2. And that is all the scoring we're going to need to make for this reverse waterfall. And then I am going to burnish the score lines. Okay guys, I am going to go ahead and put some tape, some score tape on each one of these lines. This is 3/4 inch score tape. All right guys, I am going to still put, you know, I gotta put glue. We're so humid here that I need to put liquid glue on here as well. So we're gonna start at the bottom, and then we're going to glue one of the 4 by 4.5 pieces of cardstock at the bottom. Let's start at the bottom. So you want to make sure that your pieces are the right width, and then you don't want to pass that score line. So your curve is up, okay? and just line them up. I want to make sure there's no glue on top of here, because then it'll glue your pages together. Alright guys, I have my pages glued down, and again, this goes, push it up and then you pull it down. But in order for that to work, I need to take my little band here that I have made, and I am going to glue this down. Let me burnish my score marks. Okay, so this is going to go inside on the back half of my 7.5 by 4.5. Okay, so I am going to glue this down. I'm going to glue it from the back side. I want to make sure that I don't get any glue on the back side of this page here. Okay. I want to make sure that that dries before I actually glue my next piece. Okay. So there is the mechanism that's going to allow us to push this in and out, up and down. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this down. When you put it in your book, she puts it in her book. I'm not going to put it in mine just yet because I'm not sure what pattern I'm going to put on here. But once you have your mechanism ready, put a little bead of glue at the bottom, a small bead of glue at the top, and then put your piece down, which is what I did here. You know, you put your piece down, and like I said, I don't want to glue it down yet, but you take your last page and you do it that way. So let's finish off this. So once you bring your band down close to, you know, the bottom part, put some glue. You know what? I'm going to use some tape along with some glue. So I am going to glue this down. Okay guys, I'm gonna make sure this is straight. I'm gonna put some more wet glue. Hold this down. And again, I want to make sure that it stays on my band here, because I don't want to glue it down to this bottom half. Okay, so again, putting it straight, and then I am just gonna fold on this last score line. I'm gonna fold this down, and adhere that last page on there. All right, guys, I think it's done. So I have to pick it up. So we take that last page and push up. Make sure I wipe that away. And then you bring it back down. Okay, so you push up, bring it down. I thought that was pretty fun. So that is the part that's, this piece is gonna go on the front, and then I have one for the back. So, and this way you don't need to have magnets to close the waterfall or anything like that. So I thought that was pretty, that was a fun element. Now I am going to, the middle page, I think I'm going to put a flap on the middle page. And this one I cut at 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And I just, scored it at 1/2 inch on one of the sides. So I'm going to make a flap for that middle page. And this is going to have a magnet. So let me get my magnet. Let me put my magnet on here. So I am going to put this down right there, not too close to the edge. Yeah. I am going to use double-sided tape for this actually. And guys, in case y'all didn't know it, I only use one magnet, and then I use this little metal disc at the bottom to join, you know, to attract the magnet, instead of using 2 magnets, because we know that magnets are a bit pricey. And we are going to just glue that down, and there we go. And it works just like, you know, a magnet. Leona, thank you for that tip. And I love the way that works, because I mean, it works. Okay, so if I needed to put 2 magnets on there, I could put one on either side. Instead of using 4, I would use 2. So I'm thinking I am going to make a pocket right here. Okay guys, I actually decided to go with a belly band. So I cut a strip of scrap. This is 2 1/4 by 6 1/2. So I am going to score at 1/2 inch on each side. And I am probably going to wait until I get my pattern paper down, and that is going to go right there along with a couple of, you know, inserts. Or I could make it a pocket. I could still make it a pocket. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a pocket. So I need another 1/2 inch at the bottom. I'm going to edge punch this. Yes. What else can we do, guys? Okay, I'll tell you what. I will make another pocket for the front. I'm going to put another flap on here. I'm just going to put another flap on here and that's it. Okay, guys, I think that is all I'm going to do for pages on this mini album, so I can embellish a little bit. So the first page will have the backwards waterfall or reverse waterfall, like that. But of course I can't put it on until I put my pattern paper down. It's going to go on the top. This page will be plain. This one has a pocket. This one's plain. These two, this one's plain, and then this one has the flap. Flip it over. This one has a flap on this side, and then this one's plain, and then this one has a pocket, and then this one has the reverse waterfall. And there we go. I kept it nice and simple, guys. All I need to do now is glue pattern paper on here, glue the waterfalls down and embellish, and I am done. So that is how I made my mini album for the Glam Rock collection. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Okay, guys, thanks a lot for watching. I will talk to everyone later. Have a great day. Thanks a lot, guys.